Hey there, this is Shivaji Pawar here. So, I recently did a 10-day Vipassana meditation course at Occidental, California, USA. Um, and I really liked it. Like, it has transformed my mind so much. I feel so much calmer and lighter, right? And free of distractions and painful memories, right? It has been such a great experience for me, and I really wanted to kind of experience how I felt, right, to all of you, and express that to you so that you could also know what the Vipassana meditation is, and maybe get some few points to help you get started with Vipassana meditation. So before we start, I wanted to express my gratitude uh, and acknowledgement for the people uh, without whose help this video is not possible, right? So first and foremost, Gautamaditya Buddha, right? For the discovery of Vipassana meditation and enlightenment knowledge sharing, right? Gautama was born 2500 years ago in Lumbini in Kapilavastu, part of right now it's part of Nepal, right? He got a higher understanding of human life, and he shared his knowledge with the world, right? Then Mr. S.N. Goenkaji, he's a Vipassana teacher. He's the one who spread the Vipassana all over the world in 20th century again after it was lost for 2000 years back in India. All the assistant teachers and volunteers that were present at the Vipassana meditation course. And the last but not the least, my office boss and the home boss, that is wife, for allowing me to 10 days leave, right, from both office and work, so that I could explore uh, the deeper sense of understanding, right? And the viewers, of course, for watching this presentation and the video. So the agenda for today will be, we will be going through the problem statement, that is why Vipassana meditation, then what is Vipassana meditation, how to register for 10-day course, and my personal daily experience for those 10-day course at the Vipassana meditation center. The last one is the song that I wrote in my dream at the center on one of the days. That's like a funny story. And the lessons learned, right, from the 10-day experience. Okay, so let's get started with the problem statement. Like, why did I choose to go to the 10-day course of no talking, right? So the first question is, what is always constant in life, right? What about money? So no, money is not constant in life. It comes and goes. It is temporary. It is impermanent. Same story with being famous, right? It's not constant. In fact, the goal of human life is to be great and not famous. And the greatness is achieved by service to others, right? um, the location is also not constant in life. What about job? So we don't stay at the same job all the time, or we keep doing the different things at the job, right? So the job is also not constant in life. What about family? So the family is something that keeps on growing, and you keep developing new bondings, right? The new relationships evolve. So the family is also not constant, right, in life. What about friends? So friends keep on changing as we take birth and all the way till we die. The like we keep on adding and subtracting the friendship, right? So friendship is also not constant in life. What about body? Body keeps on changing throughout the life as we eat the food, right? What about mind? Now mind is just the accumulation of thoughts and memories and experiences and your imaginations, right? And mind is the one that keeps on dwindling all the time and most of the time, right? So mind is not constant either. What about change, right? So the change is the only constant thing in life. Everything else will keep, be moving, but the change in life is what is constant, correct? So the next question is, what are the different types of changes, correct? So at high level, there are two type of changes. One is favorable change, meaning the pleasant change, something that we like, right? And the different type of change is unfavorable change, that is unpleasant change. We don't usually like these kind of changes, right? But life throws different type of changes at us without asking us, right, what we need. However, sometimes life takes the u-turn, and the favorable changes for now may actually turn into negative in future. Like for example, if you start earning lot of money in gambling today, you might feel good about it, but actually it might be the negative, right, in future. Same story with drinking a little bit alcohol to feel better for now, but if you keep on developing that habit, right, you might hurt yourself in the future. And the same story goes on the other side, which is unfavorable change may actually turn out to be positive in future. Like for example, if I'm studying for an exam, it requires me to do a lot of hard work, right? And I have to go through a lot of pain to gain so much knowledge, right? It might put some pressure on the body, right? However, it might turn out to be a good change, right? In the future, I might get somewhere in life. But then, in real life, how do we tackle these unpleasant changes, right, as a human being? So this is how we typically respond to the unpleasant changes, right? There are two options. One is change others, which is the easy option to say, but it is impossible to happen, because in this case nobody wants to change themselves. They say everybody else should change. Husband says wife should change, wife will say husband should change, and the cycle repeats, right? There is another option, which is change yourself. It is not an easy option, however it is possible to happen if you do hard work and patience, correct? Now the next question is, how do we change ourselves, right? Okay, we decided changing others is not possible. Let's change ourselves, right? But what kind of changes are we expecting, right? So according to Buddha, there are if we can roughly divide all the human population into four different categories based on the changes they are experiencing in their life, like how they are moving in their life, right? From past to present, and where are they heading in the future, right? And Buddha divided the four categories based on how people move from darkness, which is misery, to brightness, which is like a satisfaction, and giving more to the world, you being content with yourself, that kind of thing, right? So type 1 are the kind of people, they move from darkness to more darkness, meaning they are already miserable in their life. They have a lot of things going on in their body and mind, uh, right? But they don't do things that to come out of it, but they do the things that could put them more and more into the same problem. Like for example, if somebody is not successful, if they start drinking lot of alcohol and doing lot of nasty things or different things, right? It might not get them to where they want to go. They might feel good for some time, but that's not what they should be doing, right? Then there is a type 2, where these people, they move from brightness to darkness, meaning satisfaction to misery. It means their current situation, they are happy, maybe because of they inherited some wealth from the parents, or they are blessed with the good family right now. However, if they keep on developing bad habits, it is like no, for no reason, they are actually pushing themselves into the darkness, right? Then there is a type 3, which is moving from darkness to brightness. So these are the people who move from misery to satisfaction. It means they are not doing so good in their life right now, but they have the courage and potential, and they know what to do to come out of it, and they are trying their best to come out of it, right? So from misery to satisfaction. And the type 4, the last type, right, where these people, they are already on the brighter side of life, and they are moving to even more brighter side of life, right? So they are satisfied and they are turning to more satisfied. So you can think of it like somebody's life is better right now, and now they are doing something to help out the world, right? The society, the family, like what they can do to help everyone around, right? And the goal is to be at least in type 3 or type 4, right, to live a meaningful life for yourself and for other people. However, as per Buddha, the type 1 and type 2 people, they are over there because they don't stay in the present moment, and they don't accept and appreciate the beauty of what is possible in future, right, with the hard work and patience. So how do we shift to brightness, right? Nobody wants to shift to the darkness, correct, or more darkness. The answer to that question is we need to change our attitude from this, which is complaining, pretending, blaming, judging, resenting, ignoring, lying, cheating, controlling, bullying, all these things, right? We need to change our attitude from this to this one, right? The positive ones, which is learning, helping, inspiring, mentoring, trusting, empowering, building, connecting, apologizing, forgiving, and letting go, right? And also by changing your attitude from me to we, right? So change your focus from yourself to everybody, including you, right? And also, why me to try me, like why this thing happened only to me, right? Change that to okay, let's try my potential, see, let's see what I could do, right? To learn something and get better at it. But then why is it so hard to improve, correct? We know we want to change our attitude from A to B, but why is it so difficult to improve? So the answer to that lies in the fact that in order to achieve the improvement, we need to stay in the present moment so that the mind could utilize all its energies and calories for analyzing the problem and solving the problem, right? So staying in the present is the key. However, our mind most of the times is not staying in the present. It always wanders from past to future and future to past, right? Like for example, if we are given an instruction of let's focus your entire attention on the nose area of your body and nowhere else, right? So by attention, I don't mean look over there, you close your eyes and you just focus your mind over there. So in that case, this is what should happen ideally, right? So you focus your attention on the nose, meaning how is the flow of air experienced by the nose, right? Do you feel the air in the nose? Which nostril, out of left nostril or right nostril, is used by our body at this moment for taking the air and letting the air go, or is it both the nostrils, right? Is there a temperature difference between the two? Like most of the times, if you are in a cold conditions, you would observe that the incoming air is slightly colder than the outgoing air, because our inside body is hot than out the outside world, right? And the last but not the least, there are so many nerves, and there are a lot of vibrations and sensations that you can feel inside the nose if you fully focus on the nose, right? I experienced all these things in the Vipassana meditation after a few days. However, I was also in the similar boat, right? But before that, this is what used to happen, right? In reality, right? If you don't have full focus, the mind will be doing some stupid irrelevant tasks, right? Instead of doing the job that it is supposed to do. Like for example, I used to like, what are my friends and family doing, which food I like or don't like, what am I missing in life, why some XYZ person has hurt me in the past. And then of course I will spend some maybe 1% or 5% of the time in doing actual activity, which is focus on the nose. And then also focusing on other parts of the body for scratching, let's say scratching the head or something like that, because we are getting sensations in different parts of the body. So the mind is not accustomed to focusing somewhere, it is always accustomed to attending to our sensory organs, right? And we need to come out of this the mind's misery of falling prey to our own sensations and emotions, right? So how do we focus the mind? Focusing the mind is the key here, right? So let's take an example. If we have to drink the water from this cup with lot of dirt in it, right? So the blue is the water, the black molecules are the dirt molecules, right? So at this point the water is not drinkable. So there are two options to drink the water. Option one, which is the easy option, is you let it sit for a few hours, and then you provide temporary relief. So that way, because of gravity, the dirt molecules are gonna go down, they're gonna go settle there, and then you can drink the water at the top of this I would say cup, right? So water is now drinkable, but only at the top, right? So by doing this option, you did not completely eradicate the dirt molecules. Next time if you pour the water again, the dirt molecules are gonna come up, and you have to let it sit for few hours, right? So this is temporary relief, this is not the permanent solution, right? So that is where it leads to option 2, which is you use saucer, right? Some kind of filter to filter out the dirt molecules. That way the dirt molecules are gone forever, and the water is fully drinkable. And next time also when you try to fill the water, unless the water itself is dirty, the water will be drinkable, right? Now how do we and use this analogy to purify the mind, right? So we try to purify water, but how do we purify the mind, correct? So if you take the same example, let's say this cup is your mind, okay? The blue is the thoughts in the mind, right? And the black are your the divergent thoughts, not the good ones. Like somebody has hurt me, I like something but it is not available right now. All those kind of things that make someone miserable and unhappy, that kind of thing, right? Now the mind is full of distractions and painful memories, right? So that is when we try to focus, it is going past to present, future to past, correct? So let's apply similar analogy, right? So how about providing the temporary relief to the mind, right? There are many methods, and one way you can do it is by making the mind busy in one activity, okay? So which is like, for example, count the numbers from 1 to 10 and come back to 1 again and keep doing the same thing, right? Or you go and walk in the nature for like 15-20 minutes, you feel better, right? Or some people use some medication, right? Like somebody is not able to sleep itself, some people take sleep medication, and some people do the god name chanting, right? Keep on doing that, or remember the god face in front of the eyes, and keep doing all these things, right? So the problem is, when you do that, your mind gets clear at the top of the, the at the surface level only for some time. You feel better. However, all those distractions and painful memories, they now settle at the bottom of the mind, and they are not gone, right? So now mind is not aware of the problems. Doesn't mean the problems gone away, but how do we actually get rid of these problems itself, right? Forever, to live a healthy life. That is where we have to use the filter again, right? Which is, you have to purify the mind by analyzing the, these molecules, which is like distractions and painful memories. Don't just hide them at the bottom, let them come at the top, you evaluate them, right? And then make them evaporate. Okay, much like filter or distill kind of thing. And that way, so that process is going to be a little bit painful initially, but it's going to be helpful, right? uh, and once they are gone, the mind is now purification method, mind purification method, and that he formulated in the form of Vipassana meditation, right? So today's video is about that. Now let's go through the basics first, right? The word Vipassana, it means to observe the reality as it is, not as it seems to you, or not as you would like it to be, right? But as it is, correct? Like for example, you don't like one person, but is that person not liked by all other five people, or is that person really bad people, right? Is there something going on in his life, right? So the observe the reality as it is, correct? So it was a meditation technique discovered by Buddha 2500 years ago. It was unfortunately lost in India for about 2000 years, but it thrived in many other countries, right? Because of some political reasons and whatnot. But it was brought back to India and rest of the world by Vipassana practitioner Mr. S.N. Goenka ji in 20th century. He was from Burma country, right? And he spread it through multiple programs, right, of offering Vipassana practice, of 10, 20, 30, 45 days, right? The one that I attended is the smallest one, which is 10-day course of Vipassana. Let's learn something about Buddha, right? So his birth name was Siddharth Gautam, and he was born in Kapilavastu. Now he's in Nepal about 2500 years ago. And what he found is, he found a permanent filtering mechanism for purifying the mind, right? So he found permanent solution for the sufferings after his enlightenment. And this is what he discovered, right? That the suffering is attached to human life from birth to death, and every suffering has some cause behind it. There is no suffering without cause. Okay, so it means there is a solution for every suffering, and the cause of the suffering is attachment to the materialistic things, like I like this person or that person, I like this thing or that thing, I don't like this person, I don't like that thing. That is called attachment, right? And your labeling of things as good or bad. And if you get rid of your attachment to those things, that removes all your sufferings, right? So this was his discovery. At the age of 35, he got enlightened through this process, meaning he got rid of not only his all the birth, from the birth to his, the current age attachments, he freed from that, but also he learned a technique and showed to the world how not to fall prey to them again in life, right? He spread this technique, sorry, in the form of Vipassana meditation, right? All the way till he died at the age of 80, right? And he was born enlightened, and worked most of his life in the forest, right? Barefoot, he walked all over India, right? And he came up with like this meditation technique in three parts. One is called Sila, right? All these words are the Pali language that Buddha taught 2500 years ago, that time. Sila means morality principles. You follow some morality principles. like no killing, that kind of thing. Then samadhi, which is like concentration of the mind. How do you concentrate your mind more than not just focusing past to future and future to past. And panna, which is wisdom, where you apply your concentration to equanimously and aware. With every awareness, you don't label the experiences of life as good or bad, and you let go bad things, right? And achieve wisdom. The last thing also that I have not mentioned, it's called vibhuti, which is kind of enlightenment. That is where you walk on the path. So this is just the learning the path, but when you walk on the path for the whole life, that is when you kind of end up enlightening your soul, right? No more falling prey to the cycle of birth and death and birth, whatnot, right? Now let's go over some of the basics of vipassana, right? Sila, morality, right? So five precepts. There are these five morality rules that even on day zero of the vipassana practice, you will be required to take a vow for these five principles, that you will follow them throughout the course, right? At least one is, abstain from killing any being, and by any being I mean insect also. So if your course is in the hilly area, I would request you to take some the insect repellent cream kind of thing, right? Then no, like you abstain from stealing. So no stealing, no sexual activity of any kind, no telling lies, and you stay away from intoxicants, meaning no coffee, no tea, no nothing, right? So all these things. So this is called sila, morality. Next is samadhi, concentration. Here you learn how to focus your mind on a particular item or thing without going past to future, right? So that is the thing that we are here to learn, and you're gonna get better and better at it the more you time you spend here, right, on this activity. Panna. So panna is the way to liberate yourself from falling prey to attachments, right? So that is where you consciously remove the labeling that you have already done in your mind for millions of things as good or bad experience, and you learn how not to do it again moving forward, right? So there is something called sankhara in Buddha's language, where Buddha says you keep on developing the labeling. Sankhara is like labeling, okay, good or bad, and that has not good impact on you in future, right? So the idea is you stay equanimous in every moment, right? Both happy and sad moments, you hug both the moments with same intensity and same feeling, to stay neutral, right, in life. um, Now before vipassana to after vipassana, right? Before vipassana, I am the body. After vipassana, body is the mind. Sorry, body is mine, but I'm not the body. Body is just the food that I have eaten. Before vipassana, I'm the mind. After vipassana, mind is mine. I own this mind, but I am not the mind. Okay, I'm beyond mind. I'm different than universe. But after vipassana, I am the universe and the universe is me. It's like a non-duality principle. There is no two people talking. We are talking here, everything is same. It looks different, but at the end of the day, everything is one. The mind used to cling to cravings and the subject to aversions, like I like this thing, I don't like this thing, I like this person, I don't like this person, right? After vipassana, you don't do that anymore, because you have trained your mind how not to fall prey for this item, right? So it's free of cravings. You'd really feel benefit of learning this technique, and it doesn't stay in the present moment initially before vipassana, and after vipassana you learn how to stay in the present moment, okay? And mind was full of distractions and painful thoughts, right? And right now, after vipassana practice, I feel my mind is as calm as the blue sky above clouds. Everything is cleared out right now. So it is a 10-day meditation course, right? Offered through the dhamma.org website. It is taught by late S.N. Goenkaji. It is attended by people of all the religions, genders, ages, countries, education types. I met many people across all these different stuff, right? Over there. The course is free of cost, no hidden fees either. So then how does it operate? It operates on donations. And who can donate? Only the students who have completed the course, they can donate only on the last day of the course. So they don't accept donation from anyone if they have not taken the course. Okay. You are not allowed to have access to your mobile and tablet, so you have to give that, either keep it at the home or they will put it in the safe locker for you, but you won't have access to that for the entire duration of the course. Sorry. And then no speaking a single word, reading or writing, okay, for 10 days, except with the teachers for queries, okay, or maybe in the worst case situations the mind is exploding kind of thing. And then no communication of any type with the other people excluding teachers, like no talking, gesturing, eye contact, even with your roommates. When you go back to your room for sleeping, you're not supposed to have talk with them. They're not going to talk with you, they're not even going to look at you, right? But they will be there for you, like moral mental support kind of thing. So the students will meditate for total 10 and a half hours every day for 10 days. Okay, there are of course breaks with intervals, so total you will be meditating for 105 hours in this course. This is amazing, right? And it occurs at either the Vipassana meditation center or at rented facilities. Okay, when these things run out, they go here, right? But for you it's same, it's free of cost. um, and it is offered across several countries, right, and multiple geographies, and multiple languages also, right? And to apply for the course nearest to you in the language that you understand, and on the dates that suitable for you, you can go to dhamma.org, right, to find the course. They will be out, the waitlisting all the candidates, but then they will be accepting the candidates on a need by need basis. Okay. Of the candidate, like for example, if candidate says I cannot sit for the whole 10 days, I can sit only 5 days, or I have a very bad mental condition, or if they say I won't be able to follow certain things, like I will need to talk, okay, I cannot be like no talking, or some people like, okay, can I have some alcohol only on night time, or or sometime, they are not, all these things are not allowed. Those applications, they will not get approved, they will get rejected, but all other applications, they can get approved, provided there is a room in that center, right? Otherwise you are up for the next course, right? And then if you get approved, you get an email from the Vipassana center, right? So you need to respond to that email with your acknowledgement to keep your seat, otherwise they will give your seat to somebody, different people. Okay, how to register for the 10-day course at Vipassana Center, right? So you go to this website www.dhamma.org, then click on courses tab there and search for the course of particular interest based on the date of your availability, the country or state that you're looking for course in. Is it for kids or taught, or teens, right? And then search. Once you search, it will pop up an application. You fill out an application, submit it, and then it will be carefully reviewed, and you will not be notified, like whether it got approved or not. Things to pack in a bag, right? So you'll be going somewhere for 10 days, you cannot come outside even if you need something, so better to pack the things that are needed. So you would need one blanket for sure, um, if it is held at the rental facility, right, and not at the dedicated Vipassana center. At the dedicated center, you would normally get one small blanket, but that is I mean not always you know like you cannot count on, right? So you take your own blanket to be on safe side. You take one bed sheet, then 2 to 3 pillows for meditation, and you're gonna thank me later because after a few days of meditation, your back is going to hurt, your legs are going to hurt, and the pillows are definitely worth it to have. And if you already know that your back would have some problem, right, try considering buying or renting or leasing something, the back rest as shown here. I also took something like this and it was really helpful for me. The clothes, take a good amount of clothes. Remember, laundry is hand washing and also dependent on the weather, right? Like the for drying in the cold conditions, the sun drying may not help you sometimes. Toothbrush, toothpaste. Don't take your mobile charger because mobile is not there, so there is nothing for you to charge. A jacket, raincoat, umbrella if it is rainy or cold conditions. If your doctor has prescribed some medications, please take that medication. Don't forget it and take it regularly. Even even if you are there on the Vipassana meditation center, right, every day without fail. One water bottle, you can always carry that with yourself. If it is cold conditions, you can fill it up with the hot water at the uh, the kitchen counter to take it with you in your room. And one alarm clock so that you could follow all the time schedule. And here is a daily schedule for 10 days, right? It starts at 4 o'clock with a morning gong kind of, the bell. And then 4 to 4:30 o'clock, you do your things like restroom, toothbrush, and whatnot. Some people take a bath also, but I think this is very short amount of time to take a bath. And then 4:30, you're supposed to gather in the meditation hall, or you can do the meditation in your own room, right? So from 4:30 to 6:30, these 2 hours. Then you go for breakfast at 6:30. Breakfast from 6:30 to usually 7:30, and sorry. And then at 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock we have a group meditation in the hall. You are supposed to be compulsorily present at the meditation hall for this 1 hour session. Then the next 2 hours, 9 to 11, they are also meditation, but these you can do either in the group, I mean in the meditation hall, or you can go back to your room and do it over there, right? Some people, if they're too tired, yeah, they might take some little rest, right? But this is what it is. Then 11 to 12, it is lunch time, 1 hour lunch time, right? And this is the last meal you get in the day. If you see, there is no dinner in the calendar, right? There is a tea break at 5 to 6, but here you get only green tea and maybe one fruit kind of thing. So this schedule is designed with your perfect balance of the body and mind in mind, right? And almost always not so full stomach is actually very good for meditation, right? And if you have some questions with the teachers, this is the time to answer the question, get back to the teachers. That is 12 o'clock to 1 p.m. You have to book an appointment early, maybe one day before with them for a particular time slot. They will be talking to you for max 5 minutes to answer any questions you may have regarding the course, or some issues you might be having and stuff like that, right? And then rest of the day is same story, like meditate in the hall or in your room, group meditation, blah blah blah. The most important thing here is 7 to 8 p.m, right? So this is 1 hour and 15 minute time where you would get the video disclosure, right? So it's from SN Goenka ji, the teacher, about the instructions for the next level of meditation for tomorrow, right? He will also teach you so many things. He will share some anecdotes, funny stories. It is very entertaining and also knowledgeable session, right? So please don't miss it out. And then whatever you learn new here, you first practice here 8 to 9, right? And followed by the next day you keep doing the same thing, right? And at 9:30, Yeah, you go back to your room and lights out. That is the end of the day. And as I mentioned, the meal times are these two, 6:30 to 11, and there is no dinner, correct? And here is a total course schedule. So day 0, you arrive at a center, you check in, you deposit belongings like mobile wallet kind of thing, then get your room keys, attend 7 p.m. disclosure session, you talk to your fellow roommates. In one room there will be usually 12 people, 6 bunk beds, and you get to know them, like what is their intuition, reason for joining this course, where they are from, and what you would be looking for, right? Just to make you feel comfortable to know the people you will be spending 10 days, right? Next 10 days with. Then the next 3 days, day 1, 2, 3, you will be learning and doing the Anapana meditation, meaning you focus only on the nose area of the body, nothing else. Then on day 4 is when you will actually learn the Vipassana meditation, where you sequentially analyze your whole body one at a time from head to the toe, and you go back and forth, and there are so many permutations and combinations of complexities involved there, right? So all those things you will learn by the day 10. By the end of day 10, you will start talking again, okay, because that is your last day. And then day 11 is when the course ends. You will get your mobile belongings and whatnot, and then you return for the home. Now here is my personal experience of joining this course. This course has been so great for me. I lost all my emotional issues that I was having earlier, like some of the anger elements and feeling tired, those kind of things, right now my mind is fully relaxed. It is clear of impurities and the painful thoughts, not from just from the conscious mind, but from the unconscious mind as well, right? But on day 0, like I said, this is what we did. I think we went over this thing previously. The one thing that I had not explained is taking a vows for 5 precepts and noble silence, right? So the noble silence starts on day 0 itself, at the night time. Then on day 1, we started actually following the schedule, right? Meaning wake up at 4 o'clock, do the basics, arrive at meditation. We learned the Anapana meditation. We practiced the whole day. Anapana meaning focus on the nose, right? And then millions of thoughts ran across the mind when we were told to focus somewhere, because we are not habitual to doing like this, right? Including the painful memories and whatnot. Body missing out so many things, like, okay, I want to eat some maybe biryani kind of thing, so many things, and it starts paining also by the end of the day, right? And then I also had a dream of scrolling through the mobile, because I don't know what was the last time I was without the mobile for the whole 24 hours. But then it got better from second day, obviously. And then what my friends and family are doing, yeah, I wish I was without, I mean, with them, right? Then day 2, that was, like, I would say one of the worst days I had out of 10 days, day 2, because in day 1 I already now went through the schedule, 10.5 hour meditation. My body was aching, mind has surfaced all the painful thought from birth, but I realized that this is the kind of a starting place for me, a good place to start. Accepting the problems are there, and now let's start working on it. We don't know how to work on it, but let's do something, right? As the teachers mentioned, and it really helped me, right? And by now I had started feeling the sensations in the nose area. So I started feeling how the air is touching my nose, from where the nose, the air is going in the nose, how it's exiting, what is the temperature difference, what kind of sensations I'm getting in the nose, like throbbing sensation, pain sensation, cold, heating sensation, so many different type of things. The nerve, how many nerves are there, how they are vibrating based on some inputs, all those things that I was not aware of. It's like I was blind all over these years, right? they started popping up now, right? They were always there, but I was never focusing on it, right? And then this is just for the body, but for the mind, the painful thoughts start coming, upwards. But as we are equanimous with the condition, even at that point, I was successful in removing the good label or bad label that I had put earlier, right? And it kind of neutralizes those memories now. No, and then on day 3, I was getting very good hang on the daily schedule. Now I got no problem waking up at 4 o'clock, doing everything till 9:30. Right. So then I tried something additional, like doing the sun salutations, like Surya Namaskar, watching sunrise in the morning. In fact, I tried walking rivers uphill for fun for so many days. I really used to love that activity. I never imagined I could do it. I was also kind of afraid of, darkness, walking in the darkness and all, ghost kind of thing. But all that fear was suddenly gone, somehow. And then some funny things started happening, like, the person sitting next to me, was wearing some funny t-shirt with some lines written on it. And my mind kept on, reading those lines millions of times. I told teachers and that person also, but yeah, nobody was of help, and I was supposed to close my eyes, right? And then, of course, since I sing a lot of songs myself, some of the songs, they started playing in my own voice on the background. And the teacher said, the second point, we can't do anything about it either. Let them in the background, but you focus in the present moment. And that kind of helped me, actually. Then on day 4 is when they actually taught us the Vipassana meditation. So first, day 1, 2, and 3, that was just the preparation of the mind and body to be able to learn Vipassana meditation, right? And it was a lot different and a lot more complex than Anapana meditation. So in Anapana, we only had to focus on the nose area, but in the Vipassana meditation, we had to do the same story right from the tip of the head to the tip of the toe, right? Head to toe. So you scan the whole body one at a time, one part at a time, in particular sequence, without moving anything. Even if your leg hurts, right, after sitting half an hour, you're not supposed to move the leg or any part, right? So it caused some pain, but the good thing was, at the end of scanning the body so many times, I reached a stage where I could not feel my body as different organs joined together. What I could was feeling is all the organs, they have now converted into like billions of stars. They are vibrating very fast, and my whole body is vibrating, out of control. And the feeling was so good that I can't even forget that feeling, right? I asked my teacher all at that time, like, did I get enlightened already? So the teacher said, obviously no, you did not. But what you just saw was the cosmic dance of your cells in your body, to remind you that you are not just you are not the mind or the body, but you are part of something bigger, right? You are the soul. You have a soul, you have a God inside, and everything is made of the God. And we are all connected. We are one and all. There is no duality, right? That was amazing experience on day 4. Then on day 5, we did the Vipassana meditation many times, right? From day 5 to day 10, you keep doing the Vipassana meditation only. Okay, so you'll get better and better of understanding the body sensations, and how exactly do they correlate with your current feelings of cravings, distractions, aversions, or maybe you had some painful memories, you had some good experiences, bad experiences. Whenever you think of some experience in the mind, it reflects as a sensation in some part of the body. Like for example, respiration slows down or becomes fast. Some some nerves start moving. Your body start getting heated up. You feel some sensations everywhere. And the idea behind doing the Vipassana meditation as per Buddha is, like for example, whenever we get some anger, usually whenever somebody said bad thing to us, we end up generating anger. So as per Buddha, we are supposed to forget that person, and we have to close our eyes and imagine, understand what's happening in the body in the form of sensation changes. And then you pay close attention to those sensations, and sensations dissolve on their own all the time. Maybe some sensations takes more time to dissolve, but they do dissolve, and there is no more sensation that was created as a part of the other person hurting you, right? And this is the way to avoid getting into something problematic, and also not generating some good experience or bad experience kind of label, which Buddha used to call sankhara. Okay, no sankhara creation, right? And some funny things also started happening with me from day 5, where I was not able to sleep at night time because when body sleeps, the brain releases certain chemicals, and it initiates some sleep sequence by doing some sensations here, sensations there, vibrations here, numbness here, there, right? But then my mind, since it was so much focused on now catching the sensations throughout the body, it started playing games with my mind, with my body, right? And I was not able to sleep. Then I tried to focus on the nose area, but now the mind started doing anapana meditation. Remember what's happening in the nose? It was all funny day for me, but it became easier from day 6. Okay, so the day 6, on the day 6, I was kind of missing my family. I had huge body ache and cold and cough because during this Vipassana meditation we are not supposed to move. We are during the Adithana pose, right? It was also my marriage anniversary day. Fortunately, I had sent the pre-recorded message to my wife earlier, and that got delivered that day only to her. And but my wife is very considerate. I'm so grateful to have her in my life. Then I learned how to analyze the pain and convert to positive vibrations. Initially, I was running away from the pain, but on 6th day, I started breaking down the pain, analyzing the pain into smaller and smaller fragments and molecules, and I was able to transmit those vibrations to different parts of the body. And because of this process, I actually one time ended up meditating for 3 continuous hours without moving, than scheduled 1 hour. I was only stopped by the teacher who understood what's happening with me. And then day 7, I kind of some of the deep rooted painful memories from the deep unconscious part of the mind, those that is the last one remaining now, right? They surfaced on my mind, right? I was also missing out my family, friends, my son, right? And I had all mixed feelings. Like I was crying, smiling, hugging trees, counting stars at night time. I was getting attached to teachers, volunteers, because they were all so great individuals. They had such a great devotion for the work that they were doing. They were not getting paid anything, but their love and compassion really touched my soul. And then day 8 to 10, right? This is the last portion now. So uh, in these last 3 days, I realized few nuggets of life, which is, but my mind has become very free from all the painful memories, right? It felt so much lighter. It felt lighter than air. It was full of positivity. I wanted to just go out there and hug the world and do the good service for the world, help the humanity, right? So all good things happening in the mind right now, right? So on that day, I remember on 8th or ninth night, I saw, like, I was going for the restroom at the night time, and I saw three deers outside my room, because my camp was in kind of a hilly area. And that night I had a crazy dream where Buddha and one of our Hindu gods, it's called Datta, it's a combination of three gods, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. They came in my dream and they had a message for me. And the message was, the God, the full form of God, God, that is generator, operator, and destroyer, right? So we had these three gods representing these three items. And the message for me from my gods was, we say always that God is outside, but if you look closely in your body, the cells, the new cells, the new memories, they are getting generated all the time. The older ones, they're getting operated, used up, right? And some of them are getting destroyed, right? Cells dying. So our body is continuously going through the transformation every second, right? So it means the God is inside the body already. Okay, no need of hunting, searching for us outside. God is already inside you, right? And it was so divine that I wrote one song in my dream itself on that day. It was such a crazy day for me. And I just wrote this song in front here for, for you folks to read if you would like. So I had written like past to future, future to past, past to future, future to past. Oh, my mind never stayed in present. Cravings and aversions are part of life, but we need to live in this moment. Body affects the mind, mind affects the body. Oh, please tell me who I am. To find the answer, whether I'm body or mind, I close my eyes for one more time. And the answer came. You are neither body nor the mind. You are a pure holy soul who actually never died. Don't label your experiences as good or bad. That's what makes everyone feel sad. You are the universe, and universe is you. So take care of the universe to take care of you, to take care of you. And finally, folks, the lessons learned, the cravings and aversions are not permanent, okay? The good feelings and bad feelings, they are also not permanent. Same story with the body sensations, right? So no need to pay a huge, interest for these kind of impermanent things. We often mess up our life because of these impermanent things. We act out of these things, and that causes more damage later. But what we need to understand is these things, they manifest in the form of body sensations. Like anger will result in increased respiration, some body part will start more sensations. So you should pay attention to those body sensations, okay? Not respond to the other person, but pay attention to your inside body sensations, however small they are, right? And then you would notice that they would dissolve after some time as you notice them, okay? So there is no more anger causing or any craving, aversion, or emotion causing element after some time, right? And then you are free from it. And this is the key to get over all your feelings, right? So if you avoid falling prey to these things, you can have a long lasting and rewarding impact on life. And last but not the least, the $1,000,000 question, will I do this course again, right? And you would have noticed the amount of learning and help I got from this course, the great people I met, is truly, I mean, astounding for me, right? It's mesmerizing. So the answer from is definitely yes, right? I mean, not right now, but after a few years later, I might actually consider going for this course one more time as an old student. And at that time, I might maybe explore doing some volunteering as well to help everybody. So thanks everyone for watching my video. I hope you liked it and you had some good takeaways for you from this session. Please let me know your comments in the comment section of this video, and I really look forward to you getting help for you by attending the Vipassana meditation. All right, if you like this channel, you can also like the video and subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends and family. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.